Some breaking news, and I have to say this is stunning. We have a Fox News alert. Overnight, this was discovered. A Nazi labor camp guard living in the United States of America since 1949 was finally deported back to Germany.
ICE agents following orders from President Trump arresting this 95-year-old. His name is Yaakov Pali. They arrested him at his Queens house, which is here in New York.
Rob Schmidt is live. He's been working on this story all morning long. And, Rob, the extraordinary thing is we knew this guy was a Nazi guard at that prison camp. For 25 years, we tried to get rid of him. And it was just yesterday ICE finally came a-calling.
Yeah, he's been living here. There have been protests outside of his home. This is really an incredible story, guys. 95 years old, Yaakov Pali, landing back in Germany just a few hours ago, maybe his first time back since he left 60 years ago. 25 years after he was first confronted about his role in World War II. According to the Justice Department, he served as an armed guard at a death camp in Poland and then lied to immigration officials when he immigrated to the United States in 1949. He became a citizen in 1957, a judge revoking his citizenship and ordering his deportation in 2005, 13 years ago. After Yaakov Pali admitted to training at concentration camps and carrying out the Nazis', of course, terrible plan to murder Jews in Poland, Germany then refused to take this man back because at that point he was not a German citizen. Protesters have regularly gathered outside of Pali's home, pushing for his deportation. President Trump tasking U.S. Ambassador to Germany Richard Grenell with ensuring Pali's deportation was at the top of his list when he arrived to his post in Berlin. The White House touting the success of this, saying in part, Pali's removal sends a strong message the United States will not tolerate those who facilitated Nazi crimes and other human rights violations, and they will not find a safe haven on American soil. It is unclear if the 95-year-old former Nazi will face prosecution in Germany. But how about that, guys? And this was one of those, this was an ambassador whose his confirmation was delayed for so long, Richard Grenell. He finally gets into the post, and this is a big story. It is a big story. We thank you very much, Rob. Yeah. Rick Grenell, the ambassador to Germany, one of the things the president said to him when he went over, he said, try to make sure that that guy gets deported. Right. We're trying to get a hold of Rick Grenell. He could be on the program within the next hour or so. But what's interesting about this particular guard is apparently he was described as being indispensable in the role of 6,000 in one of the largest massacres of the Holocaust back in 1943.
According to the statement from the press secretary, it says on November 3rd, 1943, approximately 6,000 Jewish children, women and men who were incarcerated at this labor camp were shot to death in one of the single largest massacres of the Holocaust. It says by serving as an armed guard at this labor camp and preventing the escape of Jewish prisoners during the Nazi service, he played an indispensable role in ensuring that the Jewish victims met their horrific fate at the hands of the Nazis.
Why now? I mean, how does he last in this country for 4 decades, 5 decades? Why do we have to go now into Queens, New York, actually where the president's dad had most of his properties during his heyday, and rip him out now? I can't believe it took this president this time to combine with Germany to get him out. 95
years old. They removed him from his wheelchair and put him into the ambulance, and that's when he let out this loud cry.
He had his citizenship revoked when they figured out, because when he came over, he said, yeah, during the war, I worked on a farm and I worked in a factory. And in 2003, they ordered him deported. And it has taken all these years for it to finally happen. And extraordinarily enough, they still say not enough evidence, perhaps, to charge him with wartime.
Wow. It was those ICE agents who went and arrested him and deported him back to Germany. And ICE agents were at the White House yesterday. The president was calling them heroes, saluting them. It was called the Salute to the Heroes event. It was a special ceremony.